I would like to just take a moment to say to you that I really don't think you fully understand what has happened to these people that you look at as second class or inferior citizens in this nation. Black people who were brought to this country were stripped of their names, language, culture, religion, God, and taken totally away from the history of themselves.
I do this for the culture, I do this for my people, I do this as a devotion. I do this with all my passion, and for every drummer you the magic and the portion. Unborn babies in the womb that heard abortion. Young ladies gave babies to the vultures. Hung black bodies in the trees for a torture. Run black bodies in the seas through emotion. There was a time being black was a crime. Now we chained in the mind, can't find who we are. Hell, lust in the lie, can't see with my eyes. Cold-blooded murdering, living dead is alive. If you wanna find the you, then you don't overlook. Cause we lost with no histories, with the fish in the hook. They born the memories and fed us with the lies that are cooked. Now we gathering all those ashes, throwing them back to a book.
There are 30 million people who don't wear their own names, they wear your names. Who don't speak their own language, they speak English, which is not their language. They never were allowed their own cultural expression of Africa. Don't you realize that when you turn a people upside down and inside out, then sell them not for a day, not for a year, but for 300 years, and deny us the human right to know, to read a book, to learn, to understand. And then after 300 years of that, you allow us into the church, but by that time you've painted Jesus white, God white, the angels white, and then all these black people have been subjected to a form of white supremacy, which produces in the reverse a black inferiority. And this is fulfilling what Jesus said, as a man thinketh, so is he. And as long as our people think the way they think, we will never be able to do what we as a people should do to correct our condition.
Over here.
This is the time for a global awakening. Set your mind loose from the Statue of Liberty. We're bound to many men who've bowed to many gods, controlling laws that keeps the people bond. You never be the same till you find the truth. How come you never realize freedom from the youth? Power to the people at last, this is the hour. The time is running, they know the future was ours. True knowledge empowers the dollars. We're the blacks king or the browns king and the Mars. We came with so we conquered and trodden through the walls. And are we gonna shoot for the stars to run to Mars?
I said in the first segment it was a crime of omission as well as a crime of commission. And that crime has affected both white and black. White folk have been made to believe that the history of civilization begins in Egypt and that Egypt was a white civilization. And that many whites have been made to believe that black folk were just in the jungles of Africa, running around with no clothes on and never contributed anything to the advancement of civilization. While at the same time, there are masons and shriners. Some of your parents are shriners and masons, and they put on the fez of the Muslim people. And what they're studying is the true history of the black people of this earth. I think if the proper education were given to black and white, we could come away with a healthy respect one for the other. I want to clear this, that I don't think black people disrespect the tremendous accomplishments that white folk have made. But if white folk do not know what black people have contributed to the advancement of civilization, it leads to a disrespect of a whole segment of the population. And this is why today I will say that black children, as much as we need education, we don't want to go to these schools because the food that we are being fed is not proper. But any one of us can go into the schools where there's no discipline, where there's madness in the corridors, and we can speak to our youth and get their attention in a matter of moments, because we are teaching them that which their souls yearn for, that is a proper knowledge of self. And if they won't give it to us, we have the responsibility to give it to ourselves.